we can start directly the program.
Sir,
Am I
just
audible?
wait a second, sir. Sir, a very good afternoon, everyone. So, on the behalf of Buddha Innovation Council, I take this privilege to welcome one and only Dr. T. Senthil Siva Subramaniam, who is a global technology product management specialist, product digital manufacturing management expert, and avid industry researcher. Sir, it's great pleasure for us that you have accepted our today's invitation and you are ready to speak on the on the topic that is on the process of innovation development and technology readiness level and commercialization of lab technologies and tech transfer. So I just hand over this platform to you without wasting any time. So please, sir.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much, Ankorji. Please put the slides on the slide mode if you can do that. Hello?
Yes, sir, wait. अब ठीक है, sir?
So please convert my slide into the slide mode. I think still in the PPT mode. If you can do the slide view. Full screen, full screen.
I have done, sir, already.
It's there. Okay. So we will move to the next slide. So let me introduce myself that I am Dr. Senthil Subramanian. So I am heading the Institute Industry Interface at Sharda Group of Institution. So let me tell you that I always have a passion to innovate, to upgrade my skills, and to keep the technology on the forefront of my innovations and growth, basically. So moving forward, so let me talk about this today's presentation. I have divided this today's presentation into 4 parts. The first part being the concept of innovation. And second thing is that what are the failure stories which we came across normally in our lifetime, and what are the success stories, and then patent and technology transfer, which are the core topics of today's interest, basically. So moving forward, please go to the next slide. Next slide, please. Yes. So this slide, what do you observe in this slide? So we always come across a lot of products which we come across in today's life, like smart watches and laptops, digital laptops, and digital surveillance systems, and electric cars, and IoT based systems, internet of based systems. So there are a lot of, we are living in the era of digital world, where all the products and the processes are being connected digitally and with the digital age. So next, move to the next slide. No, previous slide. Yes. So this is what we see, that in everyday life from morning till night, always we are on the move of the digital age, isn't it? So every day we come across with the digital era, which is moving forward with a lot of innovations, such as, for example, Internet of Things, augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics. So these are the systems which we normally come across in the today's digital age. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yes. So students, I think that you might have heard this word called wow. Please move to the next slide. So wow is simply a very short and a simple word that encompasses a lot of things, isn't it? So wow, you must do the things in a very different manner on your own, putting a lot of creativity and innovations. Then you come out with the innovative product, which we used to get surprised and very happy to see these innovations. Simply we say that wow, isn't it? So this is what the wow represents: the concept of innovation, concept of inventiveness, and concept of creativity also. Moving forward, next slide. So wow, the creativity is one of the most important aspect and essential things in our day-to-day life. and it is an important concept of skill in a human being also. And the skill as a student, you will be able to do creativity and lot of innovations when you do certain things also in your lifetime. So these are the new things and objects or elements that what already exists in the world, which you created as a new innovations and inventiveness. Moving forward, next slide. Next slide, please. Move to the next slide, please.
Sir, I've already done, but it is not showing there.
No. What is it?
Sir, already have. What is it? Sir, I've already done, but it is not.
Yeah. Now, yes, now it is moved. So I cannot understand. There is a John Cage who is a very famous inventor. What he said is that I cannot understand why the people are frightened of new ideas. I am always frightened of the old ones. So this is what the concept of newer ones. As a student, what you have to do is that whatever you do in your projects or whatever you do in your tasks and activities, you should always reinvent, re-engineer, re-innovate the things so that that would create a lot of differences in your objects and in the projects also. So moving forward, next slide. Yes. What are the benefits of creativity? So what are the advantages of creativity when we do certain things in a creative manner? First thing is that it builds lot of self-esteem. So it creates lot of self-esteem in our one our own selves. So second thing is that it builds the self-awareness also. It creates lot of self-awareness among ourselves. Number three is that it develops lot of it also helps in increasing or enhancing your communication skills also. And the third thing is that once again, it makes satisfaction. Self-satisfaction is one of the important criteria or aspect that gives self-satisfaction for for ourselves also, and it helps us in integrating the things also. So creativity is such a thing that it builds one's self-esteem, self-confidence. It also creates lot of self-confidence among ourselves also. It brings self-esteem and it helps you to communicate your ideas and thoughts and creativity to other people also. And it also helps you to enhance your interpersonal skills also. Moving forward, next slide. So innovate ideas. How to do the innovation ideas? Great and innovating ideas leads to always a success path, isn't it? So you agree with that, that once you have innovative ideas and a great ideas, that will always lead you to the successful journey in your career also. Next slide. Yes, this is the rise and the fall of Kodak and Nokia. So everyone knows about the history of Kodak. So when the Kodak or once for a long period of time in the primitive years, they were the pioneering leaders in the photography. So once the photography, they developed a very good market and very good value chain in the global market and the domestic market. So they were able to, they were not able to update with their skills. They were not able to reinvent with the technology where it goes. Today we are in an era of digital age. So when we innovate the product, we should be always be able to cope up with the technological upgrades and everything. So Kodak fails to invent the things, failed to keep up their technology with the technological age. So that is what the fall of the Kodak business. Second thing is that Nokia. So everybody knows that Nokia were one of the pioneering leaders in the keypad phone. But once the technology gets revolved or evolved, the era of a smartphone came into the existence. They were not able to reinvent their technology. So that is what that led to the fall of the Kodak and the Nokia. Of course, Nokia then rebuilt their technology, and nowadays Nokia is also one among the market of the mobile phones. Moving to the next slide. So the birth of the iPhones. So everybody knows about the Steve Jobs, who is the man behind the smartphones. The iOS placed the Apple phones. So he started innovating the ideas that the smartphone is the only concept of the smartphone is upgrading the technology with the technologies. So that is why this Apple it superseded the Nokia, and the smartphones came into existence with the birth of the Apple iPhones. Next slide. So this is all about the Kodak. Move forward. Next slide. So how to innovate a certain thing? Because when you are involved in the innovations, first of all, when you go for a technology transfer or when you go for the commercialization of a product or projects, first of all, you should do certain research on the basis of the innovation. Second thing is that you should collect some data piece. Third thing is that you must be able to do certain analysis and compare your analysis with the different innovations and the different strategies. Moving forward, next slide. So team efforts, as you know, the strength of the team effort, that when you have a common team with your group, so you will be able to conduct the brainstorming sessions about your idea innovation. Then you will come to one conclusion of innovating certain things. Actually, next slide. So innovation is the key to the success. As you know that there are a lot of startups are coming up and startup growth is in this era. So one of the very famous startup is the Wow Momos. So everybody very interested to eat the momos, and there is a startup company called Wow. It started the Wow Momos. So that is how the success of the Wow Momos. Initially, they created the Wow Momo startup with the 25,000 rupees, and they grow into a very big business of now they are having the billion dollars of business, the Wow Momos. So what they did it is that they started with the business of Wow Momos. The Daryani, he is the founder of the Wow Momos. So when he used to do the graduations along with his friends, he used to make Maggie, and he used to make some on his own. He used to make some foodstuffs in his room. So then when these
Happy
friends,
birthday, Bhanu.
hello, hello. So when these friends, when they started eating momos, then they had an idea of starting the Wow Momos. So that is how the history of Wow Momos started. And initially they didn't have the space to sell their momos. So they took a 10 by 10 feet space in the Spencer Plaza, and they started selling the Wow Momos. So that is how the Wow Momos grew up with the business. And now they are able to grow up with their business of multi-billion dollars. Then what they did it is that they started the Wow Momos on the wheels. So they were able to sell the wheels. जैसे हम लोग चाट खाते हैं जो वेंडर्स पे जो ठेले पे सड़क पे, इस तरीके से वो लोगों ने वो मोमोज को व्हील पे कन्वर्ट किया था, और they started putting the wow momos on wheels in the every airport and railway stations and different localized places, and they started selling the wow momos. So that is how the wow momos on wheels they started. Next slide. So this is an e-bike. This is an e-bike called e-bike. What they did it is that everybody we knows that IoT based systems, Internet of based systems. So e-bike, they started with the electric bikes with the system of IoT based systems. where the helmet as well as the bike also, they are interconnected with the mobile app through the IoT based sensors. So that is how that they have invented this e-bike system with the latest technologies. Next slide. So this is another innovation which you can see, that the helmets are of different kinds. They started selling the helmets with the different kinds, like helmet with the food, helmet with the grocery, and helmet with the medicines also. Next slide. So I think that I could not play this video. Next slide, please. So intellectual property. Now let us come to the, now what is the core topic of our today's topic is the innovations. So whenever you do innovate the things, so you must be able to file the patent, intellectual property rights, to protect your ideas and to protect your innovations. This is the most important part of your innovations. Everybody can innovate, everybody can come up with the ideas, everybody can come up with the new technologies. So the basic thing which you have to do is that you have to file the patent. What do you mean by patent? Patent is one thing which gives the property rights for your innovations, for your products, and for your processes, and for your technologies also. Once you come up with a new idea, once you come up with the new innovations, once you come up with a good product development, or you make a prototype or proof of concept, then you must be able to protect your ideas, so that your ideas, your innovations, your technologies, your processes could not be stolen by somebody. As you know that there are a lot of pirations are happening in the market, that once you come up with the idea and innovations, immediately they will try to copy your product, and they will be able to sell the product with the commercialization, and they will be able to generate the business. In order to keep your product safe, in order to keep your innovation protected, in order to keep your technology protected with your own selves, you have to go for the patents. Now coming to the point, sir, can I do the patent for an idea? Yes, of course. When you come up with the small innovations with the idea, then you can go for the patenting your ideas. Now, what is the charges for the patent? Now, your college will facilitate you. They are connected with the patent attorneys. So, your college will file you the patent on your own self. Now, what is the importance of the patent? Suppose, for example, when you apply for a job or when you grow in your career, these patents are always used to help in recognizing yourself as an innovator, isn't it? So this is what the importance of the patent filing also. So patent filing. Hello.
Yes, sir, sir, please go on.
So patent is one of the important aspect that will be the bodyguard for your innovations, bodyguard for your inventiveness, bodyguard for protecting your technology, bodyguard for protecting your ideas from being copied by the other people also, isn't it? So that is what the importance of the patent filing. Please show the slide, please. Yes. Next slide, please. Yes, that is what I told, that what are the benefits of patent. Once you file a patent, the product will be with yourself. You can commercialize the product. You can sell your product to the industries. You can sell your product in the global market. You can sell your product in the domestic market. Once, suppose for an industry is interested on your product, then you can convert the product into the commercialized product also. So whatever the technology or whatever the product which you lab, that could be then converted into the commercialization with the help of the industries. So this is what the benefit of the patents. Next slide, please. Okay. Forms of recognition for your innovations. There are different forms of recognizing your innovations. First thing is that provisional patent and non-provisional patent. What do you mean by provisional patent and non-provisional patent? For example, you get a temporary degree till you get a final degree in your BTech, you will get your provisional certificate, isn't it? So that is what the provisional. Provisional means that there is a temporary status till that time your innovation will be recognized. Once you come up with the ideas, once you come up with the innovations, then you can contact your college authorities. You will be having the IPR cell in your college. Then you can contact your ideas with your ideas. The IPR cell, or they will contact the patent attorneys, patent agents, will be able to fill it up certain forms, so that what is the basis for your innovation, what is the basis for your technology. So these are things you will be able to give it in a proper structured manner. Then you will go for the filing of the patent. So provisional patents are only temporary patent till you finally get the claim your innovations. Second thing is a non-provisional patent. Provisional patent, once you file it out, or you can directly go for a non-provisional patent. In the non-provisional patents, what you have to do is that you have to give the abstract of your innovations. Certain 4 or 5 lines, you have to give the abstract of your innovations. What do you mean by that innovation? How the innovation benefits the society, how the innovations are more important for the mankind, for the society, for the industry, for the nation. So these are the things which you have to give it in the abstract. Then you have to give the literature survey. So on what do you mean by the literature survey? Literature survey means you have to Google it out. Is there any innovation which has happened in your area? So once it is not happened, anything which is related to the innovations, you have to collect the journal papers, you have to collect the books, you have to collect the literature materials, then you have to prepare a literature survey. And third thing is that background of your innovations. On what basis you do the innovations? What is the background of your innovations? What is the concept of innovations? So these are the things which you have to give it in the non-provisional patent. And claims. For example, I'll tell you one thing. Well, these patents, these ideas and innovations, they come across accidentally or deliberately also you come across. For example, I'll tell you that when I was driving a car during the winter season, so I was switching on the light and I was driving the car to my college. Once I reached the college, I forgot to switch off the light. So what happened is that on the evening when I came to my car, I found that all the battery got discharged. Once I found that all the battery got discharged, then I had to call somebody to charge my battery. And while I was driving back to my car, to my home, I got an idea that these batteries, suppose for example, in your mobile phones, you always have a battery, the percentage of battery that gets reflected on your mobile, isn't it? So why don't we have such a battery in such a way that we have a system of IoT, such a way that this IoT based system will continuously give in your mobile phones that what is the status of your battery. So this is what an idea which came across in my mind. Similarly, there is another idea which came across in my mind is that these are wheelchairs. So wheelchairs, we are having the battery operated chargeable wheelchairs are there. So once we have a piezoelectric sheet in our seat, so these piezoelectric sheets, it converts the physical energy, mechanical energy into the electrical energy, isn't it? So once you don't need to charge a wheelchair deliberately into a charge point. If you have a piezoelectric sheet underneath the seat, so it will continuously, physical force will be applied on the sheet and continuously it will charge the wheelchair, isn't it? This is one such idea which I got it. Recent innovations which happened is that once there is a floor is there, where the floor consists of the piezoelectric sheet is there. Once you walk on the floor, this piezoelectric generates the electricity. So these are certain innovations which come across in our thoughts, and we can protect our ideas with the provisional patents. Please move forward, move backward. Yes. So this is what are the provisional and non-provisional patents we talk about. Second thing is that what do you mean by the industrial design patent? Industrial design patent is just your design ideas. For example, you design a drone. You wanted to design a drone and you designed the drone with your own ideas like keeping the fans, helicopter, octocopter. These are the drones, different kinds of drones you can design. And you have to give your drawings. For example, in your Biotech projects, you will be having certain product which you design, isn't it? So these products, you create a drawing and you can file your design patent only just with the drawings. So you have to tell your college that I am having this design, I am having this prototype product. So I wanted to file a industrial design patent. So you can give your sketch to the to your college or to the patent agent. They will create a just front view, back view, top view, and side view. Seven sections of drawings they will create, and they will file a patent. So your college can bear your patent expenses. For example, this design patent, you will get your design patent granted within 1 month. For example, if you go for a non-provisional patent or provisional patent, that it will take, for example, publishing of the non-provisional patent, it will take 1 month. And for granting the patent, it may take 1 year or 3 years also. So industrial design patent will be granted within 1 month period of time or 2 month period of time. Second thing is that there are different organizations are there where you can technology transfer your industrial design patent. For example, once your industrial design patent is filed or granted, then you can approach an organization called National Research Development Corporation, which is called as NRDC. NRDC is a premier organization. What it does is that it also files the patent, number one, and it transfer your technology or your product to the commercial sector also. So you can approach this National Research and Development Corporation to transform your technology to the transfer to the industries basically. For example, you design a drone and you wanted to commercialize this drone. You have come up with the idea of industrial design patent, and you can approach this National Research and Development Corporation. Then what they will do is that they will transfer the technology to the industry, and MOU will be signed between yourself and with the National Research and Development Corporation. Once the industry is ready to purchase or commercialize your product, then they will give you a royalty for your product. For example, the product cost which you wanted to develop is 2 lakhs. The industry will give you 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs. So that is how you can commercialize your product, and you can get a recognition for your product also. For example, I have 3 industrial design patents filed in the past 3 or 4 months. One industrial design patent which I have filed is the UAV drones, which is used for smart farming. Second industrial design patent which I have filed is the smart hand tools. And third industrial design patent which I have filed is the biomechanics instrument. So these are the industrial design patent. You can file it within 1 month or 2 months period of time. Once just you have to create a drawing and you have to give the drawing to the patent fellow. Then the patent fellow will file the design patent and give you the file number, and you can keep on checking it out in the internet, and then you can get your patent certification from the patent attorney from the Government of India. So these are Government of India recognitions. Please go to the slide. So this is about the industrial design patent. And the third thing is that copyright. So what is this in copyright? For example, you have some case studies, you have experimental results which you have carried out in your project, for example, 4th year. Then what you can do is that you can prepare a write-up of your innovations, and then you can give it to your college. The college will help you in filing the Indian copyright. So Indian copyright is a Government of India recognition where it helps you to recognize your product by the Government of India. So so these are the things which I wanted to tell you. Is that second organization which I can talk about is the Biotech Consortium India Limited. Biotech Consortium India Limited is a Government of India organization which helps you to transfer your technology, especially in the healthcare domain. For example, I have developed a product called a digital spirometer. Digital spirometer is a device which I have fabricated, and I am going to transfer this technology to the industry through Biotech Consortium India Limited. So Biotech Consortium Limited India Limited will analyze your product, and it will find out the suitability of a product to the market. And finally, then they will transfer your technology to the industries or to into the market also basically. And so Indian copyright, which I have told you, is that Indian copyright is the Government of India recognized body, which will help you to recognize your innovations and which help you to recognize your inventors also basically. Is it clear? Anybody who is having this idea on this particular slide? Hello?
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Yeah, please let me know if there is any questions in this particular slide. Am I audible for this particular slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please let me know. Let me repeat again. What are the forms of recognition for your innovations? There are different forms of recognition for your innovation. First thing is that filing the provisional and non-provisional patent. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Second thing is that industrial design patent. Industrial design patents are just you have to create a drawing and you can file your industrial design patent. Third thing is that Indian copyright. Indian copyright will help you for recognizing your work through the Government of India process. And these are right hand side is the organization where the National Research and Development Organization and Biotech Consortium India Limited that help you to transfer your technology to the industry. Anybody who has having a doubt on this particular slide, please.
Sir, I just want to mention one thing. The students now they have their classes within 5 minutes.
I'm sorry.
So, sir, their classes is going to start within 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, sir, I have organized this webinar in the lunch section. So
Okay.
only 2 to 3 minutes are left. So can
Okay.
we
Okay.
please?
Let me complete you that these are the forms of recognitions or innovations which will help you in recognizing your innovations. You can go for filing a non-provisional patent. You can go for filing the industrial design patent. You can go for Indian copyrights. Once you are done with this left-hand side, you can approach the right-hand side. For example, National Research and Development Corporation. You can approach Biotech Consortium India Limited for technology transfer of your products and innovations. Is it clear? For example, I'll tell you one thing. Industrial design patent is the सबसे easiest जो design patent है, सबसे easiest patent जो है industrial design patent है. आप कोई भी प्रोडक्ट आप बना रहे हैं उसका सिर्फ ड्राइंग आपको देना है पेटेंट ऑफिस के लिए. वो पेटेंट आपको फाइल करके आपको दे देंगे. 1 या 2 महीने में आपको पेटेंट ग्रांट हो जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपकी जो बीटेक के प्रोजेक्ट्स है या कोई लैब में आप प्रोडक्ट डेवलप कर रहे हैं उसका सिर्फ ड्राइंग, उसका प्रोडक्ट भी बनाने की जरूरत नहीं, बस सिर्फ आप अपने प्रोडक्ट को ड्राइंग बना के 6 या 7 व्यूज वो पेटेंट एजेंट क्रिएट करके दे देंगे आपको. उसी के हिसाब से आपको पेटेंट फाइल हो जाएगा. इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन पेटेंट सबसे इजीएस्ट पेटेंट इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन पेटेंट है. वो कॉलेज आपको कॉस्ट बियर करेंगे आपको, और आप कॉलेज से बात कर लीजिएगा, कॉलेज आपको कॉस्ट बियर करेंगे. देन यू कैन फाइल द इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन पेटेंट. वंस आप पेटेंट फाइल करेंगे देन उसके बाद नेशनल रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन बायोटेक कंसोर्टियम इंडिया लिमिटेड को आपकी कॉलेज अप्रोच करेंगे ताकि आपकी टेक्नोलॉजी मार्केट में ट्रांसफर होने के लिए फायदा हो जाएगा आपको. ये लोग कर लेंगे आपको. बायोटेक कंसोर्टियम लिमिटेड इंडिया नेशनल रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन आपको टेक्नोलॉजी और आपका प्रोडक्ट को फाइल होने के बाद इंडस्ट्री में ट्रांसफर होने के लिए हेल्प कराएंगे ताकि आपको इनोवेशंस को प्रोटेक्ट करा सकते हैं, आपके प्रोडक्ट को प्रोटेक्ट करा सकते हैं और आपके प्रोडक्ट को रेवेन्यू भी जनरेट करा सकते हैं आप. इज देयर एनी क्वेश्चन इन द पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
Sir,
sir.
Ankur sir?
Yes,
Ankur
sir.
sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
what I can suggest you is that I want a separate session with this same session with your students. Is it possible to arrange?
Yes, sir. We'll arrange in next
But
week.
I would request you to arrange in the evening hours between 7:30 to 8:30 on any day. Between 7:30
Done,
to
sir.
8:30 on any day, I can conduct this session as per the convenience of the students. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
बेटा आप
Yes,
लोग
sir.
के लिए मैं अलग से सेशन ले सकता हूँ. मैं आपकी इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन पेटेंट और पेटेंट का बिल्कुल आपको बता सकता हूँ. मैं आपको आसानी से आपको पेटेंट रजिस्टर करा सकते हैं आप लोग.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच सर. थैंक यू.
Sir, thank you so
Thank you,
much
sir.
for
Okay,
taking your
thank you, sir.
time. And it was
Thank you.
very
Thank you, sir.
informative
Thank you, sir.
session, sir.
Thank
But
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
we have to
Thank you so
we
much.
have to
Thank you.
organize one separate session for that, and I will let you know, sir.
Yes, especially in the evening hours, so that I will have good internet connectivity at my home, so that I'll
Okay.
be able to conduct the session in the evening hours between 7:30 to 8:30.
Okay, sir. Once again, on the behalf of Buddha Institute of Council, Innovation Council, I am very thankful to you and looking forward for the next session in coming week, sir. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dear
Thank you,
students,
sir.
I have shared you the link. Kindly go to that link. This is the feedback link, and then only you can generate your certificate. Thank you. Now you can join your class. Please go to your classes.